I would like to thank you all for being here at the Iran's Atrocities Tribunal event and for inviting me to speak at this point in history for the victims and for their families who have been subjected to atrocities committed by the Iranian regime during the protests in 2019. I am very sorry that I could not be there with you in person. First of all, the findings of this tribunal and its outcome come in a timely manner due to the current situation in Iran. Secondly, I want to applaud the 6 internationally renowned lawyers, the entirely independent panel of judges who, on a completely volunteer basis, have been investigating the international crimes and human rights violations committed by the Iranian regime and found in their investigations that Iran and its security forces are responsible for massive violations of human rights during and after the protests. My name is David Lega. I'm a member of the European Parliament representing Sweden. I'm a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee that works on EU's relations with the rest of the world, and as a member of the Subcommittee on Human Rights, I work with promoting human rights and fundamental freedoms. Furthermore, I am following Iran closely as my political group's so-called standing rapporteur on Iran. One of my primary focuses has been on the Swedish-Iranian national, Dr. Ahmadreza Jalali, who was arrested on the 24th of April 2016 by the Iranian security forces. I initiated an urgency resolution about his case in the European Parliament. And when it was reported that Iranian authorities were taking steps to execute Dr. Jalali by May 21 this year, I requested that the European Parliament President, Roberta Metsola, would take urgent action as a point of order in the plenary room. She acted immediately by also calling on Iran to set Dr. Jalali free. As the standing rapporteur on Iran, I can also use my platform to criticize the regime under President Raisi on its crackdown of freedom in the country in 2019 and today, and on individual cases such as the recent tragic death of Mahsa Amini. Many lawmakers and heads of states have already condemned the killing of Mahsa Amini and the violent crackdown of the protesters in Iran, but more action is needed. We cannot condemn the Iranian regime while providing President Raisi with a platform. We cannot give contradicting messages. While one EU top diplomat rules out a meeting with Raisi, another one is setting up a meeting with him. A parallel can be seen between the crackdown of protests back in 2019 and today, as the response by the Iranian authorities has been similar, and it is our responsibility to have a united response this time. The EU and the international community must have a united voice against human rights violations committed by the Iranian regime. The regime must be held accountable for the crimes committed towards the Iranian people who are yearning for freedom. And what I can say in the case of the JCPOA is that it's still on hold. The EU plays a major role in the negotiations, but the last few details are still not resolved. Hopefully, Iran could be in the beginning of a transition, and it is important that the JCPOA stays on hold until a major change happens. We do not know what happens tomorrow, and while we must view the situation in Iran realistically, I cannot deny the fact that I am hopeful for a change soon with the Iranian people's determination for a change, for liberty. With over 400 witnesses, mainly from Iran, risking their lives and participating in the process, hoping to see tangible actions from the international community, I hope that the conclusions, findings and recommendations of this tribunal will be a first step towards justice. With the hundreds of people in Iran burning their veils, cutting their hair and raising their voices against the oppressive and authoritarian laws, I hope that the outcomes of the tribunal will lead to the first steps towards justice. And I would like to thank you all for the opportunity to address you all here today, and I look forward continuing to work together with you to make a sustainable difference. Thank you.